This is one of the best zombie games out, and nobody is talking about it. It has jump scares, zombie bears, polluted air, red flares, and nobody cares. What's good, YouTube? My name is Money Monsoon, and today we are going to be reviewing Days Gone. This game I played not too long ago, and if you want to check out the full series of my playthrough, it is on the channel. In this video, I just want to review the game because I had a lot of fun playing it, and this might just be one of the best zombie games I've ever played. Or the best zombie games I've ever played. I do need to expand my horizon of zombie games, but this definitely sets a mark, draws a new line, a new frontier for every zombie game that comes after it. And the main reason for that is the zombie hordes. Zombie hordes in this game redefine zombies in gaming to like a whole different level. It feels like a very authentic zombie survival experience. The horde is definitely what sets this game apart from other games. Days Gone is a game that when you start it, you get the choice of 6 different difficulty options. I played this game on the hardest difficulty, I think survival plus or something. So that's the only mode I really am going to be describing to you guys, because I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate description on any of the other modes. But in this mode, you're taken through the story of Deacon, a man who's searching for clues about how his wife died as he lives in this apocalyptic world where weird maniacs set up in the forest, cultists, marauders, drifters, bounty hunters, all different sorts of mobs to world build along with the freakers. Freakers are what they call the zombies in this game. Yes, that's a little freaky. And as you progress the story, which I have to say the story is pretty solid for a zombie game. Maybe not even a zombie game, it's just a solid story all around. I enjoyed the story more than Red Dead Redemption playthrough. Now with the survival plus mode of the game, you aren't able to fast travel and you can't really see your map unless you're constantly scanning. Whenever you scan, your map and health bar will appear, so you wouldn't really know where your health is at or like where you are on the map unless you scan. Now that wasn't really a problem for me, but the no fast travel in this game tends to be kind of serious, especially in the earlier levels and parts of the game where your bike isn't completely maxed out. When you run out of gas, and you can run out of gas pretty quick if you're not constantly filling up your gas tank. When you run out of the gas, this game truly becomes a zombie survival game. You now have the objective of going somewhere to find a gas can to refill your bike, and you actually have to deal with the zombies that are around in the area. And if you don't, then you'll die and reset and have to do it again. Yeah, when you run out of gas in this game, it truly is no joke. And I personally had to learn that early on when I was playing through this, that like, yeah, maybe I should take good care of this bike and fill it up constantly so I don't have to be stuck in some deserted wasteland, surviving for my life, doing barrel rolls to kill every zombie, because you also run out of ammo pretty quickly too. But as the game progresses, of course, you get to upgrade your skill bar and also upgrade your equipment, bike, weapons, all sorts of things to help you deal with zombies or freakers easier than when you were dealing with them at the start. Now, even with your gas filled up and you aren't dealt with a constant struggle of trying to find gas, you can still get sniped off of your bike. There are snipers set up in random locations in this game, and not only that, freakers, zombies can actually jump on you as you're on your bike. If you're not careful and you get a little bit too close, they could full on dive and tackle you off your bike. Not only that, there are marauders who set up traps sometimes, a little string right through the middle of the road that also can launch you off your bike. There's a lot of things that could get you off your bike. And so even with a full fuel tank, you still have to be careful to dodge any enemies that are out to get you. Now, this part felt like the biggest survival aspect of the game. Something else I want to cover is the zombies, the freakers. Freakers come in, I believe, like 5 or 6 different variations. You got the regular freaker, which has a plenty of different shapes and sizes. You got the newts, which are pretty much the zombie children, which tend to stay up on the rooftops of places. You got the brute zombie. This zombie is way beefier than any zombie you'll ever see, and it takes a pretty long time to kill. You got the zombie screamer. The zombie will alert other zombies by screaming super loud and even do damage to you with its scream if you're not careful. You got the fast zombie. This zombie could travel at 40 miles per hour, or so it says. You got the zombie bear, which I think we're, what is this, 4 or 5 now? I stopped counting. The zombie bear, mutated bear, kind of crazy. But you also got a mutated wolf, so there's a zombie wolf. And then you also got the zombie crows, my least favorite of all of them. The zombie crows, they're actually aggressive and they suck because they're hard to hit. And so you gotta really be careful. Of course, there's different tactical ways to take out each of these zombie classes. Like crows, they all will tend to go away if you destroy their nest. Zombie bears, you're gonna have to use a lot of explosions and Molotovs. Same with the brutes, you kind of have to do the same exact thing. The screamers, you'd have to take out as quick as possible, because if they scream early, then you're kind of in a heap of trouble. And actually, I guess the last class of zombie would be zombie horde. Zombie hordes act a little bit differently because they're all kind of connected. They have like a hive mind. So if one of them sees you, all of them sees you. And these are technically the hardest zombies in the game, because these will have you running around the entire map trying to take out bits and pieces at a time. If they catch up to you and you don't got any extra stamina, you're pretty much cooked. It is pretty hard to deal with these guys. But with zombie hordes, you also don't have to take them out all at once. You can just go back and forth. Like if you need more materials, you could take out half the horde, leave, come back, take out another half of the horde. There's not an actual rush, but the achievements say otherwise. Maybe there is an actual rush. I think one of the achievements is take out a whole horde in 60 seconds, which that's just ludicrous. It took me hours off of my life trying to deal with these hordes. So with these different zombie groups, especially in the hardest mode, none of these zombies are dying to a body shot. You have to aim for the head, and if you don't aim for the head, you're pretty much wasting bullets. That's just how it is in the hardest mode. Even with some of the zombies, you aim at their head, like the zombie bear or the zombie brute, they're not dying from one small headshot. They could probably eat 30 headshots, each shotgun shell, and still be standing perfectly fine. And so you really have to find different ways to take out different zombies and be tactical and smart about it, especially when you're dealing with the hordes. I do want to talk about the story a little bit. The story, of course, takes you through Deacon's perspective as he just tries to find more clues about his wife, goes to different areas, and travels alongside of with his companion, Boozer. And you do meet a lot of people, build a lot of connections. It is an interesting story, keeps you on your toes, entertained the whole time. And the whole time you might also be asking, why is everyone in this game making him do these hard missions that seem like he's gonna die every single time? Like, oh, we need someone to go into this zombie infested mine shack? Deacon's your guy. Oh, you want someone to go deal with these zombie hordes? Deacon. Yep, Deacon's your guy. No one's ever taken out a zombie horde, but you know, I guess we could leave it to you. Oh, you need to sneak into the middle of enemy territory as you try and find a small amount of health supplies just to get back to your friend, but also might meet some of the craziest looking zombies you've ever seen? Yeah, Deacon's your guy. Like, Deacon is the character who they just send to do the wildest shit. I mean, I guess in the perspective of it's a video game, you're supposed to be doing the coolest stuff. Like, that's fine, but damn, like, everyone's a little bit too reliant on the main character, which is a little funny to me. But other than that, like, if I could rate the story, I would give the story a solid, like, 9 out of 10. There's a few things that they could address better in the story, but, like, other than that, it's very entertaining. One thing I feel like I don't need to talk about nearly as much is gameplay, because at this point, I'm sure I've been showing a bunch of gameplay throughout this entire video. The gameplay is pretty self-explanatory. You have a wheel of items, you can craft stuff mid-fight. You have very limited ammo, you have very limited gas, but you do have a motorcycle, which is pretty cool, and you can switch to a different primary and special class weapon. I personally was rocking the shotgun and sniper and pistol the whole game, because the sniper can help you out in a lot of situations. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just go around, kill zombies, you can vault through things. It's definitely very entertaining and interactive, and so like anyone who picks up the controller will easily be immersed in the story. It definitely keeps you on your toes. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is why this game might be the best zombie game I've ever played. Or let me even one up that. The best zombie game out right now. I personally believe this because the zombie hordes were done so right. Like, there's a massive group of zombies. They're all charging towards you. This is exactly how I imagine like a nightmare zombie scenario. And if there's too many of them and you have the high ground, they could climb on top of each other to get towards you. Like, they are absolutely after your blood in this game, and they're solidly hard to deal with. Maybe I just haven't found the right method yet, but it's definitely a very solid zombie experience. And so with most zombie games, I feel like they don't really give you the full horde experience. Maybe they'll like tease a horde, have the horde be in like a cutscene or specific mission, but this is just a complete like survival open world game. So the zombie hordes in this game will be in a complete full location, and they do change locations. Like they walk around on the street sometimes, but usually it's just you'll drive by a location and there'll be like a full horde there. And so you'll have as many opportunities as you want to deal with these large hordes and try and find new different ways to maneuver throughout different areas to try and get away from this huge horde chasing you. I feel like I hadn't gotten that with like a lot of zombie games. What's my biggest comparison, right? Like Black Ops Zombies. Black Ops Zombies is cool. Sure, there is a horde of zombies and they does stack up, but that doesn't really even compare, because you'll have like a bunch of different power-ups in Black Ops Zombies, a bunch of different mystical magic weapons to change the whole game. It's like, oh yes, I'm shooting zombies with this ray gun and a mythical blaster that can slow down the zombies or something. Like there's not really any of that. In this game, it's just classic zombies. You have very limited ammo, very limited materials, so if you go in unprepared, there's a good chance that you're not winning. And if you do go in prepared, there's still a good chance that you're not winning. You still have to be pretty strategic on how you use everything that you have. I think that's just the element that Black Ops Zombies doesn't provide. I'm sure there's some other zombie games that do provide that, but this game just gives you a complete zombie experience. Now look, I'll take it back. If I find a zombie game better than this, or even if y'all recommend me a zombie game and I play through it and I just think the next zombie game is way better than this, then I'll take it back. But I truly think this is the best zombie game out right now. And my only complaint about this zombie game that I wish they changed is I wish more of the zombies had hair. In this zombie game, all of the zombies are bald. Most of the zombies. There's some zombies with hair, some that are a little too hairy, but like the standard zombies, the standard freakers, they are mostly bald, and you'll just find all of them bald. And I just wish there was a slightly more of a variety of the type of zombies, as in more of them looking more unique and different. But maybe that would just bug out the whole game and it would just crash. Maybe having the zombies look a little bit similar and bald and not have to render in every single hair on their chest and top of their head. Maybe that prevents the game from crashing. Because actually, while I was playing through this, my game did crash one time as I was taking on a horde. But other than that, 10 out of 10, masterpiece. This game I would actually recommend to people because it's just a fun experience. And I know like most people are like so comfortable, familiar with just like playing the same few games over and over. But if you're looking for a solid story and zombie experience, Days Gone, it has it for you. And if you like motorcycles, then you'll really like this game. So it's all here. It's all here. Yep. Take my word. Give it a try. Give it a try. Yeah, give it a try. With that said, I'll catch y'all later.